All right, here we go. Week 12, Monday, daily language corrections. The first two sentences are needing to be corrected. Let's look at the first one. The paddle boats moved along the Missouri River. Well, we know every sentence begins with a capital letter. And the word paddle boats is actually one word and it is misspelled. So I'll show you that in a second. I'm going to show you the corrected sentence in a second. Along the Missouri River, well, that's a proper noun because we're saying the name of the river, which is the Missouri River. This is the correct way to write that sentence. The paddle boats moved along the Missouri River, period. That is also a declarative sentence. It's telling you something. Paddle being P-A-D-D-L-E, not E-L in that sentence. And again, paddle boats is one word. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Oh, goodness. There we go, number 2. Land ahoy! The first mate shouted. So we know that the first mate is the one talking. And of course, we're going to start that with a capital sentence, a capital letter, but land ahoy should be in quotations, in quotation marks, and we're going to need to have an exclamation point after ahoy. The first mate shouted. So this is what it looks like corrected. Land ahoy, the first mate shouted, period. Okay, let's take a look at number 3. It says, used context clues to determine the meaning of the bolded word. Although he'd never signed an agreement, his tacit understanding of the law was clear. Well, you're not expected to know what tacit means. So it says his tacit understanding of the law, which makes me feel like that the person that's signing this piece of paper could possibly be an attorney or someone possibly in the law enforcement field where they know the law as well. So his tacit understanding, that would be just given the position of maybe the job that they have, it's just kind of understood or it's implied that they have knowledge in that area. Okay, so the answer to number 3 would be tacit understanding is implied or indicated knowledge. But you could have looked that up in the dictionary if you weren't sure, and I encourage you to do that or go to dictionary.com. All right, let's take a look at number 4. Holy cow, it says, which word is actually spelled correctly? The words are amphibian, environment, performance, and temperature. Well, the only one that is actually spelled correctly is temperature. All of these others are not spelled correctly. This is amphibian, like a bean. This is missing environment, and this is performance. So I have the correct spellings for you because it just makes sense to know how to spell them correctly when they've been presented to you incorrectly. So let me get that for you. Okay, here we go. All right, there it is. Amphibian is A-M-P-H-I-B-I-A-N, environment. It has an N in it. It's kind of silent when you say it. And then performance is A-N-C-E, not E-N-C-E. And again, temperature is correct. Now, the last one is asking you to locate the adjectives in this sentence. Remember, adjectives describe nouns or pronouns. And remember, adverbs are the ones that trick us up sometimes. Those are the ones that typically end in ly and tell us how, when, where, or how many. All right, the heavily armored crocodile slid slowly from the mossy banks into the dark depths. So I will let you know heavily is telling me how, so that is an adverb. And also this tells me how the crocodile slid slowly. So that is also an adverb. Those are not adjectives. There are only 3 adjectives in this sentence. Only 3. They are armored, mossy, and dark. Armored crocodile, mossy banks, and dark depths. That is your daily language grammar practice for week 12, Monday.